So, welcome back to another Believe in Boyt with this Charger Bug team. And it's not going the greatest at the moment, but still going to power through with the Charger Bug. Had a pretty good match last episode. That was a good showing of what Battery can do. Just obliterating everything within DD. Have I brought Porygon yet? I don't think I've brought Porygon, which is quite amusing. Normally when you have a Porygon on your team, you're almost always bringing it, so it's been a bit odd. But then I guess if I'm trying to use the Charger Bug next to the Porygon, usually you pair Porygon with Redirection, and then that means I'm not using the Charger Bug. So, a little bit awkward there. But am I going to bring Porygon to this one? Quite possibly. Yeah, I can definitely see Porygon being good here. If I go Charger by Porygon. They don't seem to have too much for my own Duraludon. Like, even their own Duraludon. And the last one... Indeed, is pretty good. Duraludon doesn't really count as a Psychic Resist. So indeed he would actually be pretty good. Togekiss would be fine. Urshifu would be not the greatest. I'm going to go with Indeedee. This one should be okay. Like they'll get a speed advantage on turn 1 with the Talonflame, but I'll be able to go for String Shot on Max Strike, and then I get the speeds, which is nice. The only downside of like String Shot as opposed to Tailwind is that when I KO the Pokemon that's slower than me, they get to bring in a Pokemon that's initially faster. So it's a little bit awkward in that regard, but should be okay. Because I can just String Shot every single turn, whereas they can only Tailwind once per 4 turns. So should be okay. To be fair, if they bring the Talonflame, then I can pretty much just ignore it. I guess if they taunt turn 1, that could be a little bit awkward. But then I just Volt Switch out. So Max Strike does do a lot to Duraludon. Here's what I'm going to go for. Like, I'm definitely going for String Shot and Max Strike. I could go for Trick Room and Light Screen. That is tempting. And I could save the Dynamax for Duraludon. That is very tempting, actually. But then, if they're Life Orb Duraludon, they would KO my Porygon, so I'm going to still go for the String Shot Max Strike. Because they're definitely going for Tailwinds there. But just depends on whether they're... Because if they are Life Orb and go for Wormwind, that should KO the PZ, and then I just don't get... I get Light Screen, but I just lose PZ for no reason. No Dynamax. And just a Flare Blitz. That means they're breaking their Gale Wings as well, and with the EVO Light, I'm easily taking that. If they're not Assault Vest, this KOs them. So that is a very good turn 1. Because the Gale Wings is broken. The Talonflame is now super slow. It won't be slower than Charger Bug. Let's go Charger Bug. I think that's the first attack that Charger Bug has actually done, right? Because whenever it's come to the field, it's just being KO'd immediately. Or on that turn where Indeedee just double expanding force KO'd, it just whiffed its String Shot. So that's the first attack that Charger Bug's done. But that's not so bad. I do have access to Lightning. Lightning's definitely... Oh, yeah, the battery as well. It maybe even meant that Assault Vest Duraludon couldn't take it. I wonder how much Volt Switch is going to do to Talonflame. I'm going to go for Lightning. And then it'll be an Electric Terrain boosted Volt Switch. And the nice thing here is they can't Tailwind first, so we'll see if... Because I think I'm a modest PC, so if they're Jolly Gyarados, they'll still outspeed me. But with the battery, I'm definitely KOing them. And even without, I'm pretty sure I'm KOing them. But they can't Tailwind first. And they're not Jolly, so this battery boosted, gone. Lovely. Very, very nice. This is exactly what I envisioned having a Charger Bug next to a PZ would entail. Like, you're probably getting KOs with most Max Strikes anyway, but then the battery tips it over the edge, which is really nice. Yeah, they were still faster, and now they get the Tailwinds, but the Talonflame is still at -1, so should still underspeed the PZ. Like, as it... Well, actually, no. -3. Oh, big Volt Switch. Charger Bug almost got a KO. Nice. I will go for Indeedee here, I think. Because then they have to choose... If they are able to KO a Pokemon this turn, they have to choose a Max Strike or a Choice Specs Expanding Force. Oh, yeah, they have to take the extra time, because I Volt Switched rather than that was a double KO, so I have to wait a little bit longer to see what they're going to be bringing in. Togekiss, yeah, so things should be pretty good. They have to choose Expanding Force or a Max Strike. And they can't Dynamax the Togekiss either, because they've used the Dynamax on the Gyarados. I think I was modest on PZ. I can't remember. It was either modest or timid, and it's just a 2-5-2 spread, so... Pretty sure it was modest, because I think that you need modest for some necessary KOs. But then you do underspeeds, like max speed, Gyarados, Togekiss, etc. But the Togekiss should outspeed me here. But there's surely nothing it can do, yeah. So, that was nice. Very nice. Battery boosted PZ. I mean, you're supposed to power your computers with electricity, aren't you? So... Although, have computers needed batteries for forever? I guess laptops do. But that was nice. Now let's try and do that again. Amusing how I said that I hadn't used PZ yet, and then I just blasted through with PZ. Nice name. LL Frog. It's just got the basic Sun. There's the Cinderace over the Gyarados. What are we doing against Sun? I want to go Indeedee, but then the T-Tar is a bit awkward. Like, if I go Indeedee, Urshifu, I am very open to the Venusaur. So I want to go Indeedee Togekiss, but then if they go like Dusclops T-Tar, that's pretty bad. You know, I think I'm going to go Duraludon Indeedee, and if they leave Venusaur, I can just switch Duraludon into Togekiss. But then they still could Vine Lash, and that should KO the Indeedee. I do want the Urshifu, so I'm not bringing Charger Bug again. So we will see. I don't know what the ideal leap for me would be. But this is okay. This is very okay. This is just Expanding Force and Dragon Tail. I don't really see any downsides to that. And they've seen that I'm probably not going to be imprisoning, so they are probably more likely to go for that. But follow meing is pointless. They really should be going on the offensive with the Togekiss. If they do, that would be a bit awkward, especially if they Dynamax this turn. That would be quite awkward, but I should be able to take anything that the Togekiss throws at me. Not in DD-wise, but Trick Room is stopped 90% of the time, basically. And that is one of the awkward things about Dragon Tail. They are attacking, that is reasonable. And that's a 2-shot. And there is the Dragon Tail hit, nice. So no Trick Room. And they even missed the Air Slash. They apparently are 2-shot. Oh, it's T-Tar, damn it. Okay, that's actually okay. That's okay. I can go for the Dynamax on Duraludon now. So I can go for Wormwind into the T-Tar to avoid a weakness policy and reduce the attack. Indeed, he won't survive this turn. If they Dynamax their T-Tar, it may survive. It won't survive a Lash Out because of the attack drop. It may have survived... No, it wouldn't have survived a Steel Spike because I'd have given them weakness policy, but then they could still be Sash, and Sash is the bad item on T-Tar, so should definitely be weakness policy. But I'm content with this situation. And that's definitely the Dynamax on the T-Tar. So we'll see if there's a Protect on the Togekiss. But even if there is, I think I'm still in a fine position. Because I will just Wormwind once again. If they yawn me, I'm going to go for Lightning into the Togekiss. There is the Protect, that is reasonable. The next turn I get to bring in Urshifu, go for Surging Strikes to KO the Togekiss, Wormwind to reduce the attack even further with the Tyranitar. Things should be fine. Nice crit. And there's the Darkness, so indeed he's definitely KO'd, but this is still fine. Definitely Urshifu over Togekiss. Because Urshifu somewhat walls a Tyranitar, which is nice. Just wondering if that's Assault Vest, because with that critical hit, that still did minimal damage. I'm Wormwinding again. And I am Surging Strikes. Surging Strikesing the Togekiss. And I've done like half to the Dusclops as well, so I should be fine. Probably able to stop a Trick Room with just a double up. You would assume Torkoal was the last in the back. Especially if they Dynamax the T-Tar. You would have thought that they want to preserve their Dynamax for Cinderace or Venusaur if they brought them. And even if they switch the Togekiss to preserve it, then it's still fine, but definitely KOing the Togekiss here. And then the T-Tar's going to be at -2. So, we'll be absolutely fine. Unless there's a Super Berry on this Togekiss. Okay, there's not. Even then, the Wormwind still goes into the T-Tar, so that wouldn't be too concerning. And I probably saw a safety goggles on that Togekiss and didn't pay attention, but there we go. And that will be in range of Surging Strikes if the sun doesn't go up. Knuckle is reasonable, but it shouldn't do too much damage. Yeah, look at that. He's back at -1, but yeah, eating. Urshifu is a very good counter to Tyranitar. Mainly the Rapid Strike one. The Single Strike one is weak to the fighting move that comes out from Tyranitar. But Rapid Strike is good. I wonder if Choice Band is even enough on the Dusclops. I will Wormwind again, because in case Surging Strikes doesn't KO the Dusclops, then I don't want a Steel Spike redirected into the Tyranitar. Based on the Wormwind damage, it probably wouldn't KO, and then they'd get a weakness policy, if they have a weakness policy. Wouldn't be that bad, but might as well just Wormwind. We'll see if even this is strong enough to KO. Ooh, it's going to be close. That is not going to KO. Just not, I think. Which is fine. Like, I still want a bit of an unnecessary Wormwind, but this is fine. Like, no Trick Room. Tyranitar is back at -2. It does nothing to the Urshifu. Next turn, it can't protect from my Surging Strikes, so like, I'm sorted. This is assuming it is the Torkoal. If it is the Cinderace, Cinderace could actually still be a little bit awkward. Venusaur wouldn't be a problem because my Urshifu would still outspeed it and get the Surging Strikes onto the Tyranitar before the Venusaur could do anything. So I will be fine. Yeah, it is the Torkoal. That's fine. What did I have in the bag? Togekiss. My Surging Strike should still be enough on the T-Tar, right? Pretty confident it would be. And actually, no, Flash Cannon is enough on the T-Tar now. Because the Sun has got rid of the special defense boost, so actually, it's better to attack this way around. Because the Duraludon can just take care of the T-Tar now without having to risk a Draco Miss on the Torkoal, and them still being able to full power Eruption, but that was much better. I guess another technical showing of the Charger Bug, even though probably both things got KO'd regardless without the battery, but String Shot was cool. Charger Bug actually got to attack, which is something. I actually did damage with the Volt Switch as well. I almost KO'd that Talonflame. That would have been so cool if it did.